sir. Come on in.
Hello, I'm deputy with the
Do I
sheriff's
need to put a
office.
mask on?
No, sir, you're
Have you
fine.
been vaccinated?
I have not, personally.
Okay, I'm going to put a
So
mask on.
it's your discretion.
Yeah, put a mask on. I have been vaccinated, so
I
I'm
got
going
you.
to go out to my car and grab it.
Whatever you want to
I
do.
think I've got one in here.
Hi,
Hello.
how you doing?
I'm doing well.
And let me double check.
Nice to have some sunshine for a
Sorry.
change.
Absolutely it is.
I think I've got one in the office. Yeah, there we go. I think I pre-positioned it just before.
Excellent.
So come on and join me if you will.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked for, have a seat, just.
I appreciate it.
So I asked Sheriff Cameron because the neighbors up here have taken me to 4 civil court cases.
Mm-hmm.
Each of your officers, Sheriff Cameron's officers, have come out and just beat me up over every single time that they file a case. But they haven't filed a case. They've asked you, the peace officers, to file a case.
Okay.
They filed a 5th criminal case. Okay? So let me make sure I'm clear. A 5th criminal case.
Do you know what the
Trespassing.
for trespassing? Okay.
They filed 3 more on top of that because they dispute the judge's ruling. Okay? That's the matter of fact.
Okay.
The judges ruled 4 civil, a 5th criminal, so they filed 3 more criminal. Okay? There is a 30-foot easement from the center of that pavement right there. That's 25 feet each way.
Okay.
Every time I walk out,
Leaving, I think.
every time, honey, what are you talking about? Every time I walk down that street, check my mail, need to be able to move vehicles out from entering trees that are falling, whatever the case, they call you. I called Sheriff Cameron today, and I said, I need you to do something to intervene so when you as a peace officer show up, I can give you a piece of paper and say, I have the right to that 30-foot easement as ruled by the judge now in 5 court cases. Okay? Today, I get done with my work. The captain showed up today at my request for Sheriff Cameron to send somebody out and give me a piece of paper saying I can hand it to you. I was on a meeting whenever he showed up. He did not pre-coordinate, and so when he showed up, I can't answer the door because I'm running a meeting.
Absolutely.
Okay? So ultimately, I did not get that piece of paper. As soon as I walked out to go for an afternoon walk, trying to decompress, Mr. Cotton comes out and starts to berate me. Okay? Saying, hey, I saw the sheriff's department showed up. Obviously, you're at fault. Okay? I do not deserve that.
Of course not.
That is intimidation. That's beratement on any scale. So I called you today, going, I do not deserve this. I've asked for the police department's intervention. That didn't happen because of coordination issues, admittedly. Okay? So I'm asking you to go over to the Cottons and tell them, look, there's been 4 civil, a 5th criminal case.
Absolutely.
You've been ruled wrong. There's an easement, and you cannot go out and intimidate somebody.
I can do that.
So please turn on the light. So intimidating is when Mr. Cotton goes out and blows their grass on me when I traverse my street. Okay?
I see.
Intimidation is when Mr. Cotton goes out and sends his dog, which I've had to call the animal control
In the past,
in the past. Here's another picture of the animal control.
Sending his dog by throwing the ball into our yard so the dog
You
has to
can't
retrieve it.
you can't throw it in my property and say and you're training the dog that line that they go to is now their property line. It's not. You can't do that. And so I've done everything to de-escalate things. I tried to make sure that they retain the rights to their dog. Anything further from this point forward, tell the Cottons. They do that anymore, and their dog is gone.
Understandable.
I'm not going to handle this any further. Okay. So here is.
Bottom line is, we've had enough of this, and it's time for us to start.
Have you guys looked into peace orders, like restraining orders?
That's not within my nature.
I
don't do that.
I got you. But so with.
But that's like the Cottons doing it to me. It's like they're putting a peace order on me that I can't transfer that 30 foot. Sir, you're wrong. You're thinking wrong.
I'm trying to, because it's with civil stuff. It can be very difficult for us to, because this is my first time hearing about all this stuff.
Well, then if it's your first time.
Yeah, I actually work down in Lexington Park, so I'm not familiar with anything in this neighborhood.
It doesn't matter.
He needs to have some background.
No, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, you're not trained in property rights, but a judge is. And a ruling, now 5, is a ruling. So you're asking the wrong question. That's what I talked to Sheriff Cameron about. He needs to train you as peace officers. Look, it's not about you to determine the right or wrong. It's about you do something nefarious against the judge's ruling. Now, 5 court cases. Do you have any further questions?
No. Would you like me to go talk to them now and try to see what I can do for the current time being?
So my issue is, if he gets objective, then I want to file. Here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to escalate things.
And that's understandable.
Okay? But if he gets adamant.
But they, on the other hand, have no problem with escalating things. To the point where he and I both are very nervous about going outside of our house.
And you shouldn't feel that way at all.
No.
That's not fair to you guys.
And it's scary. Very scary. We found a bullseye in our woods with the center shot out and with Eric's name on it. He left it there for us to find, trying to intimidate us.
And this is all over the court stuff?
Yep.
So the law is the law. Okay?
Absolutely it is.
Okay? So if you lived here and you need to back out, that's what that turnaround area is for. He is now blocking it with vehicles. You're a witness to the vehicle blocking.
Absolutely.
It's within the easement. Okay? If you block that, then the only option is to come into the grass area and turn around. I have a trailer. I have a boat trailer. I have 2 vehicles. And you are my brother and you're visiting. You now have to come in to those 2 vehicles. You have no option. How are you going to get out of here? You need to tell the Cottons. Look, when I had to back out into something.
Of course.
You are escalating this against Mr. Snelling, for something that I, as a peace officer, had to do because I can't exit the subdivision. The judge has ruled that 5 times. Do you have any further questions, sir?
I do not. So, at this point, I'm going to go talk to them and see what I can get out of them for you, okay?
I don't want to have any further discussions. My point is, she fears for her safety at this point. We've never talked about this at this point. She can't go to the mailbox because that dog can attack her. It attacked us 3 times. One of the backyard.
When he says attack, he doesn't mean it bit us.
It's aggressive.
Aggressive.
Okay.
Right. And now he's sending the dog on our property to retrieve a ball, which makes the dog, he's training the dog to think that that's where, so every time we see the dog out, we can't go out for fear for our personal protection. So, look, he's escalating. This is getting scary.
I can understand that. Absolutely.
It's getting scary. And I told Sheriff Cameron today, I need help. I need some piece of paper that when you visiting officers can take to them and go, look, you can't do this. And he says, I understand your concern. I'm sending the captain out. The captain and I did not align today. unfortunately, it falls on you. So please call the captain before you go over there.
Okay.
Okay?
I can do that for you.
Because I didn't create this situation. He did.
I
I cannot transverse and I cannot walk the subdivision with him and coming out and intimidating me. So let me give you an
He yells
example.
at him, he cusses at him, he
Oh,
even spits loogies out in the yard, puffs out his chest like he's somebody. That's scary.
So let me give you an example. So what you're seeing here, okay? What you're seeing here. And I've never had to have camera systems to prove this nonsense. It's just ridiculous. So what you're seeing here is Mr. Tucker
Okay.
blowing a leaf blower. Okay. Now, why is he blowing a leaf blower?
Looks like trying to blow grass into your vehicle.
Okay. So when I came in yesterday afternoon, I had to go on the base. He just stood there and waited for me to come through and blew it on my vehicle. So you look at my vehicle, they're covered with dust. Factoid. Okay. Second factoid. He did not stop. Okay. And allow me to pass. Which you and I would do that for each other, right?
Of course.
Okay. Third factoid. Okay. Again, factoid. His mother-in-law is on the riding lawnmower, and I'm sitting there stopped, waiting here for him to finish. So he will not stop. He just blowing, wait till I come through, and then he blows it all over all the vehicles. So you go out here and you look at our vehicles; they're covered in dirt. Okay. I do not
So
need.
about the mother-in-law.
I do not create a court case because I refuse to lower myself to that level of intelligence. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm. I don't mean to demean people, but when you come into the drive and you have his mother-in-law on the lawnmower going, go get a boy, go get a boy, go get a boy. Gosh.
That's another sign of him escalating because he's getting family involved and his friends that come over, and they're ramping him up along as they didn't have to ramp him up himself. He was already ramped up, but they're encouraging him. It's scary. It's scary
And
because
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the stress you guys have to
we are at the point where after now 2 years of this nonsense, we're worried about what this is doing next. Okay? I've never had to have a camera system out there to monitor this stuff. You're witness to that. The way that, if I may recommend, is Mr. Kyle. You do not have the right to threaten anybody verbally in the street, within public, and you furthermore do not have the right to intimidate or escalate whatever the issue is, whatever it is. You do not have that right. Okay. Furthermore, you do not have the right to throw debris on your neighbor's vehicles or persons. I looked at it. You've done that clearly. I've seen the video, and you're wrong. So my report will say you're wrong, and it can be presented in any court evidence that says that you're trying to escalate. You're wrong. Period. If you do not do that, and I'm not trying to win a case. The case is going to be ruled on its merits.
Correct.
But the problem is he's escalating. He's